Guys, we have got a really exciting review for you today. This is a game changer. You know I don't get too excited about irons, but this one is something a brand has done that is unlike no other. It is really, really exciting. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So it's not very often that a company like Mizuno come away from what they've been excellent at. And when I say come away from it, what I don't mean is they've stopped forging and they're going to make a massive cast head that's going to go 100 miles. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is they've got two very, very successful families. They've got the Pro range, 245s, 243s, and they've got the JPX family. Very, very successful, hot metal, forged, the new forged iron. But what they've done is they've brought out this iron that sits between the two. It's a hybrid of everything that they do on tour, the feedback they get from tour, and it's an iron that is going to last 4 years. That's right. Most companies bring out an iron, it maybe lasts 1, 2 normally is the normal now. It seems to be that an iron range will run for roughly 2 years. But Mizuno have brought this iron out and it is going to run for 4 years. Now, they must back this iron if it's going to run from that long. I don't think you're going to see this massively in mass market. You're not going to see every player want it. It's taken inspiration from tour. So the feedback from the guys that use the Mizuno product have given the designers something to think about, and they've created the new Mizuno Pro S3. Now, as I said, if you watch the forged video, what I did talk about is that when Mizuno bring out the JPX forged family, they normally bring out the Tour range. Well, the Tour's dead, it's gone, right? It doesn't exist. And it feels like this is gonna be the replacement. So Tour was such a small market and it really didn't do a lot in terms of, for us as fitters, there was a product that was either easier to hit, performed better within the Mizuno family than Tour. So Tour kind of got left out. It was generally, you would see the Tour player or the JPX Tour player would be the guy that kind of I really don't know what it was for. We didn't really, we haven't sold bucket loads. We were more forged or into the 245, 243 range. But this sits slightly different. This beautiful satin finish, lovely looking iron. I mean, it is like a knife through butter at the top. It is so lean, so clean. It's gonna sting if I thin one in a minute. Loft is 34 degrees. So this is an iron for someone that doesn't seek distance. 34 degrees. Now, if you remember in the last video, JPX 925 Forge, that was 30 degrees as a 7 iron. This is 4 degrees weaker. Now, yes, we know you can play with them, but the standard to be 4 degrees. This is for a player that has got speed, that's got power, that really wants something that is classic Mizuno and is all about control and feel. They don't want a ball jumping. They want to be able to strike it out the middle of the face. It's as close as you're going to get to a blade without it actually being a blade. The one thing with this iron, this S3 iron, is it's going to cost you money, right? This is a seriously expensive iron. It's not cheap. It's not designed to be cheap. It's not designed to be mass market. It's a 4-year product. You put these in your bag, you're not going to change them. You know, these guys on tour, they know how hard it is to change their set of irons unless they're being paid multi-million-dollar contracts to actually have to. They like, once you've, as a player who's performing, if you like a certain product, you tend to want to stay with it. I think that's why Mizuno have left it 4 years. I mean, it looks absolutely stunning. It looks stunning. So I'm interested to see with that 34-degree loft, how this performs in terms of distance, how this performs in terms of feel. So let's get it on TrackMan and have a look. So the S3 iron looks, well, it looks beautiful. It absolutely looks stunning. Thin top line, sits behind the ball really nicely. But again, that 34-degree loft means that this thing isn't going to come out like a rocket. Wow, that's popped up high. Seriously good feel though. Seriously good feel. It's got 162 yards. So you can see, for me, if you look at JPX Forged, I know it's a completely different iron, but it went a lot longer, didn't it? So let's I mean, it feels like an absolute dream to hit. I mean, what an iron to hit. I mean, the fact that I'm middled to is helpful, but that was so good. But I've got a 9 iron that goes as far as that. It's got 156 yards. Oh no, 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 no. Ah, no, no, no. Let's try and hit a good one for you. What I would say straight away is it's not an iron for me. I'm finding it really, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the feel of it. I'm sure the short irons are beautiful to chip with, but this is hard work. That's got 163 yards. Oh, there we go, try to get one. Like I've tried to launch it. I mean, the flight on it is absolutely stunning. I think a lot of guys that will want this iron will have to strengthen the loft a little bit. I mean, that's got 168 and I've absolutely stepped on it. Spins up, so if you're a player that really struggles with spinning the ball with an iron, it's a really good iron for that. Obviously, the more loft's going to help. Land angle's fantastic, 50 degrees, brilliant. But from my perspective, the amount of golf I play, and most of you watching may be hobby golfers. You might play 3 times a week if you're really lucky, but more likely you're playing once a week on average. You don't really want an iron that's super hard to hit. So if you're an elite player, that this is your livelihood, that you've got some serious speed. I mean, I'm swinging it at 91 miles an hour, and in the modern day, that's really slow. So if you're a top amateur, a top pro, you've got speed, you're swinging, I get this, I completely get it, because it's super controllable. I completely understand if you're swinging at 95, 96, 97 miles an hour plus, I get it. It's not going to jump, it's going to spin, you're going to have complete control of the numbers. But for me, swinging it at 90, so, you know, it's not slow, but it's slower than it probably needs to be to get what I would want out of this type of iron. If I'm standing there swinging at 90 miles an hour, I'm used to my 7 iron, I've said this in previous, going 175, 180 through the air. I want to cruise it 175, 180. I don't want to have to stand there and feel like I'm slogging it as hard as I can to get that distance just because I want to play this iron. And I think Mizuno know that. They're not aiming this for a player that can't swing it fast. You will see combos with this though, I'm telling you now. I mean, it's beautiful to hit. I mean, it pops up so lovely. It's a brilliant iron, but the market for this iron is really, really tiny. That's got 170 and I felt like I ripped that. Land angle's 51. I mean, performance-wise, in terms of land, feel, everything, brilliant. It's just got only 170 yards and I've had to rip it. I get it. Mizuno, you've done an unbelievable job, but this is probably going to end up staying where it belongs, which is at that top echelon of the game, top players, top speeds. It's expensive. They're making it just a little bit further out of reach for the most golfers as well, in terms of the money's up there as well. I get it. If you want this type of iron or you want to experience it, you definitely got to have a go with it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I can see this being blended, so 8-9 wedge maybe in this. You may want to put the 923 range in there as well. You might want to put the 243 iron next to this. It fits. 245 fits. 925 forged might fit as well. So I get it, but in essence, I think as a set of irons, it's going to stay for the guys that swing it really hard. So it's a big well done from me for Mizuno S3. You've done a brilliant job. You've done something different. You've shaped the market again. You've put a forged iron out there that's not like you've actually got, which is very difficult to do because you cover a whole load of bases with your current range. This S3 is a brilliant looking iron. It's an unbelievably feeling iron, but I do think it's aimed for that guy that's got super speed. He's up there to get anything out of it. else you won't bother with this iron. You're more likely to pick one of the other Mizuno forge ranges to get a similar feel, but a little bit more forgiveness. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.